Go to BlueTube here with you. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and get that out of the way. I'm doing my predictions for as many conferences as I can do. Yesterday I did the Big 12. Today I decided to do the SEC East. I'm going to go from 7 to number 1. Number 7 is going to be Vanderbilt again. Last year they finished 7. Their record for last year was 3-9. Recruiting class ranking was 52. Vanderbilt, sometimes they can surprise people, but I don't see it this year. Number 6 is going to be Missouri. Last year they finished 5th in the SEC East, 6-6 record, recruiting class ranking of 50. And by the way, these are the 2 worst recruiting class rankings in all of the SEC, so that's not too bad. Road games: South Carolina, Tennessee, BYU, Mississippi State, and Florida. Home: Central Arkansas, Vanderbilt, Eastern Michigan, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, and Arkansas. So I think Missouri slips to number 6. Number 5 is Tennessee. The only reason I'm putting Tennessee at number 5 is their schedule. It is brutal because they did have a recruiting class ranking of 10, finished last year 8-5, and 3rd in the SEC. Road at Oklahoma, at South Carolina, Arkansas, not too bad, and at Georgia and at Vanderbilt. Home: Charlotte, Furman, Florida, Missouri, Alabama, Kentucky, and Troy. They have a rough schedule. That's why I have Tennessee at number 5. Number 4 is going to be Kentucky. Last year, they finished 4th with an 8-5 record in the SEC East. Recruiting class ranking 23. Not bad. Home slate: Eastern Michigan, Kent State, South Carolina, Eastern Illinois, Vanderbilt and Mississippi State, and Georgia. Road games: at Florida, Auburn, Missouri, Tennessee, and Louisville. So coming in at number 3 is South Carolina. They are the big jumpers for me. Last year, they finished 4-8, 6th in the SEC East. Recruiting class ranking of 18, so a top 20 class. Road is at Kentucky. They've had trouble with Kentucky. At Florida, Vanderbilt, LSU, that's a toughie, and of course Clemson. But the home slate is Coastal Carolina, East Carolina, Missouri, Tennessee, Texas A&M, Georgia, and Wofford. I have South Carolina finishing 3rd also because of Ryan Hilinski. I think he's light years better than Jake Bentley, and I think they will be much improved this year. So we move on to number 2, and I was going back and forth between this, but I'm going to put Georgia number 2. Yes, they have the number 1 recruiting class. They finished last year 1st in the SEC East, 12-2 record, but their schedule is brutal. On the road to Alabama, Missouri, South Carolina, Kentucky. Home slate: I know that's only 4 road games, but you forget the neutral site with Florida. Home games: Virginia, East Tennessee State, Louisiana Monroe, Vanderbilt, Auburn, Tennessee, and Georgia Tech, and then, of course, that neutral game against Florida. So my number 1 team for the SEC East for this year will be Florida. I think they're talented. Their recruiting class ranking was 8. That's top 10. Road games, not that bad, actually. Tennessee, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, and Florida State. That's it for the road. Tennessee may be their toughest road game. Home games: Eastern Washington, Kentucky, South Alabama, South Carolina, LSU, the neutral site against Georgia, and then you have Missouri at home and Florida State at home. So this boiled down to scheduling. I think Florida has the best schedule between them and Georgia. Talent, about the same. But I'm going to give the edge to Florida because of scheduling. That's all I got for you today. I'm going to keep on with my predictions. Let me know what you think about this. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on my next show.